see. I might give advice. I go, get that snippet. All right. You want to go ahead and go? You looking good and refreshed.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I try. It's been an interesting week. So wanted to talk about getting some interns, and I cannot remember all the stuff that we went through 2 years ago. So just trying to figure out what is the best move to do it. And I'm thinking the way that we do it is separating marketing and separating HR, because we could really use two, right? So I kind of wrote down some things that they would be doing. Definitely want to give back, and preferably HBCUs, but then also UMBC, because Kawana has someone that's over there that may actually be a good fit. So just need to understand what's the process and how do we move forward.
The biggest thing is making sure that you have your job description together and ensuring that you have an educational component, and to also include your duration. Like that's going to be critical, the duration of the internship. Have you all decided if you were going to do it paid?
Probably not, but would, of course, want to give them the credits and all that and make sure that they're still getting something out of it.
So if you're doing an academic-based internship, whatever the intern job description is for needs to be related towards that academic program. That's usually the win-win. When the school and or the student is enrolled in a program that acknowledges this internship to provide academic credit.
So who are we talking to make sure that we're in compliance with that?
It depends on how you all go and advertise. It sounds like you want to just go to the schools. If you want to go to the schools, then you would go to the department chairs or career development offices, right, to see. We do it kind of reverse engineering. So we actually recruit interns now for like other companies, for example, right? So we actually cast the net wide, and we also go to departments depending on what it is that we're actually looking for.
So you're going to the companies and just recruiting for them?
We do that for them, but we're not going to them, but we would do it for them. But I'm saying like the approach for getting the intern is either you go into the school, which it sounds like that's the approach that you want to take. If you want to go to UMBC, or if you want to go to Taos, whatever, right? Then you will go to that school's department chair that's related to what the student will be doing to inquire about their academic credit.
Got it. And then you were saying from reverse, you're basically partnering with the department chair and then helping them find interns?
No, what I was saying was in order to find interns for companies, we would either do it that way to go to school directly with the contacts that we currently have, or cast the net really wide to see what student. I mean, there's schools that we don't even know about in Maryland. There's schools we don't even know about in DC. So we allow for students to apply themselves.
How do you advertise that? Are you just going on just regular recruiting?
It can, I mean, we purchased a whole, we got a whole recruitment database thing now. So in our platform, it allows you to hit college sites. We literally, with one post, we can reach a whole lot of different places. But bottom line is that it allows for students to apply, and then they can qualify to say, hey, yes, it's gonna, I'm enrolled in a program that acknowledges academic credit. But going directly to school is just fine as well.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense.
Just make sure you have, if you're only doing academic credit, what I'm saying to you is make sure you have that educational component in that JD. That's the biggest thing. And that's the biggest red flag with audits and students coming back saying that they were misclassified and all of that stuff because of that educational component.
And the school will confirm like what needs to go in there when you call them and say, hey, give me the description of the course, or?
That's a great question. Again, I haven't worked with every school. UMBC, we've gotten interns from UMBC before. We just usually know to put educational component in there. So we share it and it's usually approved. So I'm sure if you ask for an educational component, like stuff that they're going to learn, like their job duties can't just be when you have, especially when you look at like the new FLSA stuff, I don't mean to bore you. You don't want it to make it seem as if they are doing the job of someone that you would normally pay a full-time salary for. That's not the intention of an intern, right? An internship's supposed to be win-win. They're supposed to be learning. They're not supposed to be coming in just kind of knowing how to do everything. There's supposed to be some type of learning component. Now, mind you, you're going to have somebody that can teach you some stuff. However, the intention is that they are supposed to be poured into and not vice versa.
Got it. Okay. That makes sense.
Including that in there, like, what are they going to learn? What are the key components they're going to, blah, 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 blah. That's going to be. So when you do it with marketing, for example, I don't know who on a team is, knows marketing language. I'm sure you could just go and pull it up. But like when we've done a communications intern, we aligned it with marketing objectives. So they're going to learn blah, blah, blah. That's been a while since we've done that though.
Okay.
Does it make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
It does make sense. And then if we decided we wanted to pay them, what's the average pay that they would get?
Oh, it depends now, girl. 2022 ain't no averages. 2022 ain't no averages. Some people do stipends. I would recommend that y'all talk to y'all CPA about it to see what's in your budget and all of that stuff, because it just depends on what your compensation philosophy is. Are you, at market, above market? Are you just trying to do a stipend? Are you, you just want to get a little something, or are you really trying to make it worthwhile and rewarding for them? It just depends on how much, what's your compensation philosophy? Like, what are you trying to get out of it? No shade, but am I just trying to get free labor? Or am I looking to also reward?
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so to get an intern for the next academic period, we need to be starting now with reaching out, because people have already made decisions for the most part. Okay. I figured that.
Yeah. We already done our spring, but it's not too late. It's not too late at all. There's people still going to be, I guarantee it's still going to be people looking, but everybody is trying to get an intern. So again, that's what I'm saying, like, make sure that educational component, because people want to learn, people don't have experience, so make it worthwhile for them as well.
Okay. Anything else we need to know going in?
What are the biggest burdens that I've done 4-hour workshops on hiring interns. I'm like, where do I go?
Okay. So on the marketing side, it's reaching out to clients, understanding how to connect business to business. So sending the emails or short descriptions on like LinkedIn, and just trying to figure out who we can talk to, who's the target audience, and just start to get some lead generation. Like, that's the biggest thing is the lead generation. All right. And then on the HR side, it's more of a kind of like what I had Colleen doing, research, kind of analyzing data for any projects, supporting what projects we may have, possibly developing work products, and learning how to structure things.
Got it. So I know with Colleen, we did the, mind you, on our end, we set up her learning modules.
Mm-hmm.
So remember, like she was doing the work with you all, but she, we included her with, they both got some great jobs now. But anyway, they were learning. Like, we set up like learning modules for them and all types of stuff, along the way. So that's just something to consider. So just, again, make sure you have the educational component.
Oh yeah, they could go through the racial equity boot camp. That may be something.
There you go. Yeah. So what's the duration that you all are thinking about?
Whatever the semester is, I guess. What I'm learning through Kaya and talking to all these schools, each school does it differently. So I don't even know what the traditional semester is. She has one school that does it month by month, another one that does it in 10-week increments. These are the art schools. They're set up like projects versus the other schools. So what I can remember is January is when they come back to school, and I guess they would go to April, May?
So yeah, most schools in this area do January till May is the semester. Sometimes it's the end of January till May, June, depending.
So maybe we do February, get them started in their other classes, and then start at the beginning of February? I think you would want to just leave some flexibility, because there are some programs, again, if you are working with a student or a program, sometimes, and especially if you're doing academic credit, sometimes the student has to be already in the internship by a certain day. So, I don't think you all will have any problems with that. Just leave room for flexibility. Yeah, so just, make sure you have room in your schedule to onboard and train throughout the week. Recruiting for an intern is just like you would recruit for any other hire. It shouldn't be treated any differently. How are your interns? How many are you doing a semester?
I usually don't like to do more than 2 a semester. But for me, like, real talk is for me, it's not even about the work that they give us. Like, it's just something I truly do because I want to give back. Like, I know how important it is. So like, we have, it's funny, we're getting ready to do like an alumni thing, like all of our HR intern alumni, because I'm telling you, like, I just have somebody reach out, like somebody went and put a post up about me and was like, she was the best boss ever. And she ended up giving us more business because now literally I train them up as if like they can go in. Our goal is if you see career image solutions on your resume and you don't know HR, when you get here, if somebody see it, you want to know how to do X, Y, Z. And like we have a whole like learner module, like the whole, you know what I'm saying?
I love that.
So literally all of them are now just doing amazing things. Obviously I didn't have a budget to be able to pay them full time.
But you're giving them the experience, and that makes a lot of sense. It's so funny. I had met with this lady at the